Now we'll talk about flashing. Flashing is where it doesn't repressurize. So what happens is an air bubble forms, but the air bubble just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It doesn't repressurize. Now, flashing by itself doesn't cause as much damage as cavitation, but flashing causes something else which causes damage. And this is what happens with flashing. Here I've got a valve working normally, flow's coming from the left going out to the right. Now I've shut my valve, but it's leaking, and it's just throttling so much that I'm now flashing. I've got bubbles forming, and they're permanently forming. And these bubbles are getting together and making a bigger bubble. And bubbles being the way they are, because the flow is so low, they're hanging around inside the valve body. So the bubbles are getting bigger and bigger, and they're hanging around in the valve body, just sort of, you know, chewing the fat. Now, the bubble gets so big that it blocks the pipe up. Now we have a thing called an airlock. There is no flow through the pipe. We've got high pressure on this side, got lots of pressure on this side, but no flow through the pipe. Now what happens is that bubble's getting bigger. I'm still pressurizing on this side, and I've got no flow through the pipe. Now what's going to start happening is it's going to start pressurizing on the back side of this bubble. Okay. Oh, now what's occurred is there's so much, because the liquid is still coming through here, we're now getting quite a lot of pressure on the back side of the bubble. So we're getting high pressure on the back side of a bubble. Remember, we've still got no flow down the pipe. The valve is still totally airlocked. But now we're getting pressure, and the high pressure on the back side of the bubble is starting to squeeze the bubble, until we got to this point here, where we've got a lot of pressure. We've got high pressure here. We've now got lots and lots of pressure in the back side of this bubble. We've got quite a pressure build-up. And the bubble is almost small enough to fit down the pipe now. All of that pressure behind the bubble is ready to shove that bubble down the pipe. And then, bang! The bubble goes down that pipe. It doesn't go down that pipe nice and gently. It goes down that pipe, bang! Big, loud bang. Because the bubble's moving so fast, it leaves a vacuum behind it. Because the bubble and the chunk of air, the water that's gone with it, it's all moving very, very fast. So this big slug of water goes down that pipe really fast. It leaves a vacuum in its wake, and that vacuum regenerates a new bubble. And that new bubble then grows and blocks the pipe up, causes an airlock, gets compressed, and then goes bang. And then we're going bang, 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 bang. Does anybody know what this is? Yep, this is water hammer. Now, any of you who have ever had water hammer in your pipes at home, have any of you ever had water hammer in your pipes at home? No? Well, okay. Well, even on a 15mm pipe, water hammer will wake everybody in the house up. It bangs loud. On a 300mm pipe, water hammer will wake everybody in the town up. It's incredibly destructive, because while this slug flow is occurring, the whole of the pipework is shaking backwards and forwards in very, very violently. Things like the pedestals are being vaporized, are being pulverized into sand. The pipework itself breaks, so we get cracks in the pipe. Everything breaks when you get water hammer. It's a very bad thing. And the valve stem sits there shaking backwards and forwards, and it ends up getting eaten away, and the casting gets broken, breaks at the top, the valve breaks. Sometimes anything can break. Water hammer is very, very destructive. So what happens? So the sequence of events is we get flashing, which causes slug flow, which causes water hammer, which destroys everything. So that is, once again, something that you can get if the valve is leaking very slightly, or if you've bought the wrong size valve. Now, when it comes to buying valves, these are the sort of questions that you will be asked. This is off of an ordering form. Sort of questions you'll be asked is, what sort of connection do you want? Do you want a butt weld? Do you want a flange? What table flange do you want? What size do you want? What type of seat do you want? You want a metal seat, a soft seat, a D-port disc? What sort of body do you want? What sort of seat do you want? You want a Viton seat or a PTFE seat? What type of packing do you want? Do you want stainless steel? If you want stainless steel, what percentage of carbon do you want in your stainless steel? What size valve do you want? What sort of KV valve do you want? All these things, you're going to be asked all of these things by the rep when you go to ordering a new valve. So, I have a special rule about ordering new valves. When sizing valves and ordering valves, don't get the rep. Get the rep to do it. There are so many questions and so many choices that the only person that actually knows the answers is the rep. Get the rep to do the valve sizing. Get the rep to tell you which valve to buy. Obviously you don't trust him totally, otherwise he'll rip you off, but get the rep to do it, because at the end of the day the rep is our bitch and we need to ride him. Don't do the work yourself when you can get the rep to do it. Another reason why you should get the rep to do it is because of, have I told you about restocking fee? Okay, so you know restocking fee. So what happens is you go out and you buy yourself a nice valve, and it costs you, I don't know, $10,000. And you turn around and say, do you know, I bought the black one and I should have bought the red one. And you say to the rep, I'm awfully sorry, I should have bought the red one. Can you swap them for me? And he says, yeah, of course I'll swap them. So he comes along and he swaps the black one for the red one. So standard restocking fee, of course. And standard restocking fee is 20 to 80%. So what the rep does is he comes along and he brings the red one out in the back of his car, gives it to you, takes the black one out away, puts it in the back of his car, and for that little job of putting it in the back of his car, he's going to charge you at very least $2,000. So don't do it yourself. Get the rep to do it instead. It's much better that way.